Competitors better clear the area, because here we go. Big time battle coming up. These guys sail together all the time. We're a minute away. That's the yellow flag giving us 1 minute to go before this pivotal Heat 30. And this clash will be held in contestable, head-high, slightly bigger sets, mostly in the shoulder range, shoulder-high, head-high waves. Plenty of wind, and that is going to fuel these guys. Big attempts coming up here. Juban and Martin definitely have a history. It's a friendly history. These guys sail together all the time back home in Guadeloupe. And they can be proud of their two ambassadors. Yellow flag still flying. It's not time to score. You saw Juban kick out of a very nice looking wave. That would have been a great scoring opportunity for him. The black north sail belongs to Antoine Martin, a.k.a. T-Toon. He's not feeling the best today. And he had a stomach virus earlier. He looked pretty spent. So credit to him for even being out there. Nice day for a swim. Let's get back out into our competitors in the lineup. Green flag's up. This heat's on. Antoine Martin, first up in the scoring. Lightning quick bottom turn. Rotates and makes a goiter right off the bat, shredding this shoulder high wave. Oh man, he is shaking off any bugs. There's no bugs anywhere near him now, because he ate them all. Oh my goodness. A goiter make right off the bat with a turn. Shots fired, man. Martin has fired first. Pew, pew. Juban looks around. Was somebody shooting at me? All right. He's like, it doesn't faze him. He sails with Antoine all the time. And he's totally capable of firing right back. Massive heat here at the 2022 SOMWR PWA Cabo Verde World Cup. Camille Juban on his S2 rig sheets in and blasts a tweaked air over the section and hits the lip again. Lip drift. Being very careful to connect this ride to the third hit in a little bit of a skippy air. Antoine Martin will respond. Lip drift off the white water. Lip climb. Second lip drift. All the marbles here. Antoine Martin shredding this wave. His second score. Excellent riding from both of the Guadeloupeans. Man. I am going to predict that at some point in this heat, Antoine Martin will try the back loop off the lip. Camille Juban, full bag of tricks himself. Camille Juban setting up on this. Very nice offering. His second ride of this very important heat number 30. Juban takes to the sky. Look back aerial. Full-blown make. One more move in him. Lip blast, lift drip. Doesn't make it. A little too much amplitude. A little too much amping. As we see Martin sailing out. And Juban sailing out. Jumps. I saw Traversa do a really big high back loop. It's windy enough to jump, but it's not on the scorecard. It's not going to be a part of the scoring here. Juban and Martin outside hunting ground swells. Any sort of wave setup that can work for them. There they are. The Black North sail. If you tuned into our roundtable discussion with Rodiger and Antoine, there's a lot of interesting insights to their equipment. Check it out on the YouTube PWA page, the roundtable discussion. We really had a good talk show. It's really worth getting into the insights of these competitors. Antoine had a lot to say about his approach to competition and his new sponsor's equipment, specifically this North sail, which above all else appears to be very lightweight from a new material being used. Not much more information about it, but it does look very springy. And it is 2022 after all, so we do have some technology. Exciting times for the sport of windsurfing here on the PWA 2022 SOMWR Cabo Verde World Cup. Antoine Martin has a nice wave, and he has some speed now. He has the high line. Is he going to get connected to a lower section? He does. And it's not quite enough momentum to make the Taka. But you could see something was coming. Juban surveys the playing field. He knows perfectly well what Antoine is capable of. And Antoine has struck first here. He's definitely got a banger score under him. Juban can carefully select and position himself where he feels he needs to be able to maximize the scoring potential of whatever he's found to work with here. And it's a bit of a lower bowl. Here you come, right there. Starts sheeting in and pumping and getting his down-the-line momentum. His apparent wind is built. And he gets under the lip and throws a full rail cut back. Redirects. Tweaked air. Points that board straight down into the pit. And finishes his ride. Good score for Camille Juban. S2 sails and AV boards amongst his other sponsors like Dragon Eyewear. Antoine Martin's on a wave. And there comes an unwinded goiter with full speed on the landing. Ridiculous levels of amplitude. Antoine is not giving up anything easily here. 100% shred. I'm astounded by the way Martin is moving through these waves. Nearly effortlessly, it would seem. He's totally in flow. It's really impressive to watch. Not to take anything away from Camille, but Antoine looks a little more fresh here because you know what? He just hasn't sailed halfway through the double elimination like Camille has. Camille's basically been sailing all day long. He didn't look totally winded. He's in good shape. He's in good condition. But it does take a toll. Little bit by little bit. Martin's kind of stomping this heat right now. All right, Heavy D and the boys checking out the scene here. Trasleo, a.k.a. Secret, a.k.a. Little Hukipa. Super important heat here. They're only getting bigger. We've certainly separated the field appropriately. We're looking at the conditions every time we start and finish heats. Camille and Antoine. The Guadalupe super heat. Here comes Juban. Putting the inside rail into the top part of this wave. Springs his bottom turn, kicks out. Wasn't enough to work with. Camille knows it's only high scores for here. He knows exactly who he's against. And he probably has a pretty good idea that he's playing catch-up right now, too. No longer is it a situation where getting first or second will get you through. Now it's first or go home. Wow. Whoever loses this heat is going to be in 5th place. And that sailor will move on to face Thomas Traversa. Camille Juban hitting some tweaks there. Martin wants to hold his position here in the top 4. It matters. It matters to the former Aloha Classic champion. It matters to the IWT champion. And it matters to somebody who wants to become PWA world champion. Antoine Martin, wholly capable of this. Bottom turns down low on the lower bowl. Does he have an opportunity? You see the angle just decreases when you get down that low, so no. Late afternoon light, looking down on the rocks here, the middle part of the island. And what you see from the drone angle is the following. You see how these wind swells spill into this bay here. It's a really, really unique spot in that the dynamic of ground swell and wind swell kind of trade off here. And we're always coming up here and sailing on the in-between days when the ground swell's not enough to be at Punta Preta, Alibaba, Kuraljo, and those places. This is the in-between spot. Little Hukipa, they call it. For a good reason. It's exactly what it's like, sailing Little Hukipa. Antoine Martin heads downwind, full head of steam. Didn't quite get the connection. I know what he's going for. There's going to be a moment where he gets a chance in this heat. Right now, Antoine Martin can totally afford to sit and wait for that moment where he might be able to throw the lip loop. We're holding our breath for it. I am calling it now. He's going to give it a shot. Camille Juban tacks on a really nice wave. This is going to give him a good chance. It's in a good spot. He holds up tight. He knows he has work to do. He knows he has big work to do. Does he have a goiter in him? No. Not this time. Head judge Duncan Coombs is watching this very closely. He understands the importance of this heat. This now will solidify the top 4. You will have completely separated the top 8. You'll have 8, 7, 6, 5. Those placings will be one person each based on their respective finishes in those exits. However, he will take a long, hard look at this in determining whether or not he will continue to separate the top 4. Because that body of work is going to be directly compared to the first round. And right now, it would be debatable. In other words, we have conditions. Antoine Martin's fully powered on his north sail. And here is his bottom turn cutback. This sets up the riding. He's going to stay high on the wave, build his apparent wind. Takes a look at what's down the line. Titoon winding up his coil. Will he start to burst down the line? Another cutback? No. Titoon can afford to do this for the rest of the heat. And until CJ, that is Camille Juban, uncorks something like this and makes it, he doesn't make it back in the wave though, and that would have set this heat on fire. It would have set this heat on fire for a lot of reasons. But the main reason being that Camille knows fully well he can go toe-to-toe with Titoon. But right now it's Titoon's heat, and he's in control of the lineup. And Camille's probably pretty used to this situation in terms of dealing with Antoine on a free sailing level as we look at our two competitors heading back out. It's a beautiful day here in Cap Verde. And we would really like to take the opportunity to thank the people of Cabo Verde for inviting us to their beautiful island and sharing their beautiful waves with us. I know I'll be back. I've been coming here for 26 years and scoring. And it is such an important part of my yearly cycle that I am just going to thank everyone once again for welcoming us here. And just the general vibe is just off the charts. Super friendly people, beautiful place, firing conditions. And we're bringing it to you from an alternate location today because it's the final day of the waiting period and the last chance for us to really get anything done. So why not go out with a bang and try and get this done? But here we are in this top 4 deciding heat. Winner's going to be in the top 4. Loser's going to be an equal 5th. Takara Ishii is in 6th place. Narrowly losing to Juban. Here comes Camille. Diagonal line, bottom turn, fully sheeted in, gets the cutback power. He's got plenty of power in his sail. Here comes another hit. Juban, hit number 2. Antoine Martin setting up. There he is. First bottom turn. Bit of a smaller wave. He kicks out. Conditions maybe not exactly improving, but they're holding. There are our 2 sailors in this heat. Heat number 30. It's a nail-biting type of situation here. One move, one wave can set this on its head. Right now, Antoine Martin started with a bang, continued firing off high score after high score. He's got 2 keepers. Camille Juban's basically got one pretty good wave, but he's looking for something that can allow him to get into this heat. Right now, Titoon in control. Antoine kicks out of that, just not going to be enough. Or is he only looking for the wave that's going to give him the lip loop? We'll see. Juban pumps. Nice cutback, giving himself enough inertia to go back down the line. And you can see things have slowed down just slightly. In terms of wind velocity and intensity overall, it might have shifted a little bit on shore. A little bit to the north. Antoine Martin has a wave. You can see him taking aim. He's got enough wind in his sail now. He starts speeding down the line. He kicks out. Another one of those flat-looking waves. Great job by our cameraman. Thank you for sticking with us here. We're doing our best to bring this to you in an alternate location. It's not easy. It took a lot of work to set this up. And the sailors are making it more than worth the effort as we zoom in on Titoon. Antoine Martin on his north sail starboard combination. This time I feel like he's got everything he needs to go for this ride. Set up his bottom turn, and it's the same thing. He just didn't get the line. And the conditions aren't allowing it. He's like, just not enough. But he should know pretty darn well that he is in a good position in this heat. And Camille now has gone out to sea to kind of separate the cycle. He's a little too close to Antoine in all of this. He wants to create a little breathing room. Camille Juban, high and tight. Bottom turns into this, gets a one-handed goiter make, he's back in. And just like that, Camille Juban gets back in this heat. This will be one of his keepers, and it's a really well-ridden wave. And that type of ride had rewarded Juban in the past, and it is going to do nothing but reward him in this heat. He's right back in this. That's all it took. Click, click, boom, boom. Shots fired. Juban. Target acquired. T-tune in the scopes. And the momentum meter swings towards Juban as our free sailors and competitors alike enter the arena. That was Rodiger getting ready.